Lady Ballers is a movie by right-wing news outlet The Daily Wire. Apparently here to counter the namby-pamby, inoffensive movies of today and bring back the real comedy movies that have been missing from our screens for so long. No more pandering to the shareholders, no more trying to tell the audience what to think. A real movie for real people that don't want to hide what they really think to cater to the vocal minority. So, what did we get? Well, I can sum up this movie in just one word. Woke. First of all, let's get into the title. Ballers. Why the hell do Americans call basketball ball? How the hell are the rest of the world supposed to know what you are talking about? Football, baseball, dodgeball, cricket, catch? It's like a video game player referring to Super Mario as game. I'm a game player. Oh cool, what sort of games do you like? Monopoly, chess, Squid Game? No, game. You know, Mario games.
Freaking
Loser. Now, the word lady in the title is also misleading. The main ball players are actually trans women, not real ladies. So this is our first clue that the Daily Wire chooses to use the word ladies to describe trans women to push its woke agenda. We get it, Ben Shapiro. Trans women are women. I thought I knew what to expect from this film after watching What is a Woman? That was a fine comedy about a man called Matt Walsh who runs around trying to figure out if he's a woman or not. He's like, I don't know, someone tell me! Even though he's got a beard and is married to a woman, the big dope. I was hopeful that they would be able to recreate comedies of the past that people don't make anymore, but this is more like a documentary. There wasn't one knock-knock joke, not even a why did the chicken cross the road? This isn't even a true documentary because it follows a team of 100% trans basketball team. This hasn't even happened in real life. How can a comedy be funny if it isn't exactly true to life? Are we supposed to believe that they have created an absurd situation for comic effect? Even the Cleopatra documentary was more realistic, where they cast an African woman as the Greek leader. And that still managed to be a great comedy. What really sticks out as woke in this film are the diversity hires. It's so obvious that this film goes through a diversity checklist to fill its quotas, but it goes way too far. The most obvious inclusion hire is 5 of the main characters being trans women. This not only ticks the quota bar, it breaks the record. There have never been 5 trans leading ladies in a film. Has there ever been one before? This shatters all records. Hardly a transphobic film, is it? This is the most pro-trans film in history. I assume because this film was so woke that they hired real trans women too, because no straight white man could act like a trans woman. Just like when Tom Hanks apologised for playing the role of a gay person because it should have been played by a real gay person. We've lost the art of acting. In the old days, acting used to be about pretending to be someone else. That's why it's called acting. A serial killer in a film doesn't have to be played by a real-life serial killer. The same applies to black characters. You shouldn't have to be a black character to play a black character. Nothing a white person in a tub of shoe polish can't handle. If the actor is good enough, all film roles could and should be played by straight white men. Talking of black people, there is a scene where all the women competitors are lining up for a 100 metres sprint. Of course, all the women in that race were black. Tick, tick, tick. It's political correctness gone mad. They didn't even put different races in there, like Asian or South Asian. I mean, can't they run too? They just thought, just make everyone black, that'll tick the diversity boxes. It's quicker, isn't it? As long as they aren't the white devils. Next in the diversity checklist is the inclusion of Indian people. Sorry, Native American, as the film loves to remind us. I think they were originally supposed to be extras, but when they found out that they are 1/250th or something Native American, they shoehorned them into speaking roles so they had an excuse to dress up in traditional costumes and they were able to shout bingo on their diversity bingo cards. At least they weren't played by non-Native Americans, otherwise that would have been cultural appropriation. Disgusting. The one diversity opportunity they did miss out on was the main character's daughter. The dad was white, the mom was white, and inexplicably, the daughter is also white. I mean, hello, 1950 is on the phone, it wants its ordinary family back. They could have adopted a child from a third world country or something, you know, just like real life people do. In films. Not only is the daughter white, she's as white as Snow White. You know, the original Snow White, not that new Snow White that looks like she lives on the sun and says, "Weird, weird." They don't miss the opportunity to give the girl boss ending though. I don't want to give away the ending, but let's just say the little girl turns into the hero of the story and beats a full team of professional black grown man basketball players and even manages to slam dunk a few in. My shame valves blew out so much steam I almost short-circuited. Disney would be spinning in his grave. The man, not the movie company.
Intermission. You stupid cow. You silly, silly little girl. You haven't even subscribed yet, have you? Your head's always in the clouds, away with the fairies, dreaming of meeting Prince Charming. You haven't even left a like yet, have you? You stupid cow.
End of intermission.
Now, let's talk about the cast. Anyone that hasn't seen the Daily Wire team are not going to know who they are, but they all make an appearance. Let's go through some of the main appearances of the Woke Brigade. Probably the most well-known person in the film is Ben Shapiro. He plays a role as a referee in this film. He only has a couple of lines, but we were all expecting one of them to be his famous catchphrase. "Facts don't care about your feelings." But he didn't even say it. Apparently the facts aren't so important anymore while he's trying to push his woke agenda. He didn't even say his other famous catchphrase. You know, if your house falls into the canal, just sell it, idiot. As if that wasn't bad enough, he takes the opportunity to white knight defend the ladies by scolding someone that disagrees with the trans team dominating the sport. He yells at the top of his lungs, quote, "Will you shut the fudge up, transphobic
Mother liker.
just for having an opinion. Such a two-faced hypocrite. Call yourself a transphobe? You've changed. Oh, I'm talking about transphobes. The most well-known transphobe from the Daily Wire, and probably the world, makes an appearance, or 7. Matt Walsh quickly throws his morals out the window to be in a trans film when there's money involved. I thought he could at least be a trans woman to make fun, but all he did was take off his glasses, get his hair cut long, to be a male hippie. The most disturbing thing was that he didn't even have to do anything to his beard. He already had a hippie beard all along. We just never noticed. You think that's the most disturbing thing after I said that's the most disturbing thing? You're wrong. Shame on you. The most disturbing thing is that thing that appears in the bottom of his face fur. I couldn't work it out for a while. I thought someone put his head on upside down and his eyes were popping through his hair, but I was wrong. What I saw was a smile. A smile on Matt Walsh. I would have vomited if I wasn't made of nuts, bolts and pulley systems. He smiles because he's so caring and an ally to all the causes. Matt Walsh really shows his true colours in this film. He's a fraud, and I can't believe I named my testicles after him. Daily Wire does like to complain about Disney pushing a woke message, but somehow this preachy nonsense manages to simultaneously push the woke agenda and anti-woke agenda. We've been through the woke stuff, but there are also references to every single tired topic or news piece that the right loves to moan about. Dylan Mulvaney, Bud Light, Riley Gaines, Leah Thomas, divorce, abortion, and don't get me started on pushing religion down our throats. First they mention the Bible by name, then they say a line from the Bible to make a joke. You know, the list is endless.
End of list.
Make up your minds. Are you woke or not? I almost fell into a paradox meltdown, yelling,
Does not compute.
Disney would be spinning in his grave. The movie company, not the man. This movie will only appeal to people that liked comedy movies when they used to make comedy movies. You know, those old dinosaurs. Where are the superheroes and CGI that make it look like a computer game? Just because it made me laugh on multiple occasions doesn't make it funny. I mean, pulling people's pants down in front of strangers is always funny, but I was too outraged to admit that it was funny. After seeing the trailer, I thought, this is a movie that needs to happen. A company that spends all their time moaning about trans people, making a movie that isn't afraid to say what the public actually thinks. Instead, we got a movie promoting trans people in sport, and a health and safety inspection checklist full of diversity hires which will force Disney to try to up its game. Possibly by doing a periodic nativity movie where all the Jews are played by black, disabled, trans, non-binary, queer, gay dwarves. Actually, cancel the dwarves. That's just racist.
Congratulations! You made it all the way to the end. Now, all you need to do is leave a like, subscribe, leave a comment, hit the notification bell, tell all of your friends, watch another video, and dance a merry jig. It's just that easy.